Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one, we're going to kind of do a deep dive into Becky Lynch at 6-star like I did for Kofi. I think Becky is a fantastic choice. A lot of you probably have a high shard count for her. You can see I have 4,575, so I could take her up. Another benefit to Becky is that before 6-star, she's not really great. At 6-star, I'm going to say she's the best female tech in my opinion. Does need a few things, but not a ton. Let's start off with, so at 6 stars, max levels, and full 6 stars, her green gems are going to do 17k. That's the bulk of where her damage is going to come from. So if you can, you're going to want to fill her stars and max her levels. If for some reason, let's say you can only do 5 full stars, that's going to go down to 15.4 and at full levels. And then you can see 6-star at level 270, it's right at 15k, 14,998. And then when you click the button, like if I click the button at 4-star here, mine would be 12,960. So you can get a lot of additional damage by filling those stars and leveling her up. And then just for comparison's sake, if you had the 2 hollow stars and you just click the button and then take her to 310, it's 14,678. So pretty substantial still, even with the hollow stars, but nowhere near that 17k range, right? So I want to cover that. If you do this, I think the most important piece is going to be her gear. And then which you can get in the gear store. And then the USO skill plate is very useful as well, because you're going to be able to buff that green gem damage up a lot. The gear adds 300%, and the USO skill plate, depending on what you have, you can get this buff off twice in a turn, and actually potentially 3 times, which we'll talk about in a minute. The 6-star move up here is the body slam, 7 MP black, deal 100k damage and make 20 silence gems into green gems. In conjunction with the flying forearm smash, makes 23 random gems into silence gems for 3 MP at black. You're going to make a bunch of silence greens, as we have seen, at a very high number. It's their basic stuff, and you're buffing them 300% with the gear. That's like a 3 times multiply gem. And then the cap, if you get it off twice, is another 3 times. So that's like a 6 times multiply gem on all of those big beefy greens, potentially. And then, of course, the calf kick would recycle back to the blacks, but it also lets you do some trickeration. So you can see here for the trainers, and this would bear some testing. I have haul on there for more greens. You might be wondering why, since you're going to probably have at least 3 of your 23 green. That's because my thinking is you're going to get the silence gems out twice, and the more greens that match, the more connections you're going to have, and hopefully not dead spaces. That would take some testing. In theory, I think haul would be great. Gargano with silence gems at 15% would be useful probably, but I do think haul and Lacey would probably be the best way to go here. But that would bear some testing, right? Also, we don't have a super high percentage silenced coach. We do have 2200 flat, but I don't think that when you're at 17k, that's not as big a deal as these greens. And maybe at some point we get like a 50% silence gem coach or something like that. So the reason for double green is you can do a 3 match and then set up a 5 swipe, do your 3 match, get your silence gems out, do the 5 swipe, put your silence gems out again, and then turn them green, right? Now, if you have Santa Hogan, you could run this in feud, but you would be able to get your silence gems out right away and then do the choose black gems. So you could potentially get it out 3 times. So you hit it, you get a 3 match, set up a 5 swipe. Once the 3 match goes off, you hit it again, you swipe the 5, you hit it again, then you turn them all green. So that's 750% potential silence gem damage on turn 1. So you're looking at a 7.5 times per gem. And then you got the base of, 13, 15, or even potentially 17K. Plus your gems and metals work on the green gems too. Or your metals rather, so you can really boost that. You would definitely want to run this double fury, no question in my mind. Double fury. So you could also actually get away with double armor quite nicely too. For your strap, if you could get a 50% gem defense strap or a high gem damage fury, like I would use a 50% gem damage before, or gem defense before I would a 20% gem damage, for example, right? Whatever you get that's decent though, we'll just add to it. And yeah, this is the setup. So I think the best female tech, a lot of you probably don't have to fish for too many shards. She's been around a while. And I would say she would be for sure the female tech I would take. And she can hit for a really hard boom on turn 1, plus she's going to recycle. The Uso plate works for 3 turns. So if for some reason they do kick out, that's just going to grow and grow every turn. And you're going to be able to get at least 2 of these off every turn, assuming you don't cascade. So I actually think Becky is a fantastic choice, both from the standpoint that 6-star greatly improves her. Like before 6, she stayed at 5-star bronze for me because I didn't like her at all, and I've had her forever, even with the gear. And I thought she was clunky, just didn't like her. At 6-star, she turns into, like, essentially, in my opinion, assuming you have the gear and the cap, easily an S tier. And she's going to be able to outdamage most of the ladies in the game, I think. So I don't have her taken up. I do have some friends that do. I'm planning on getting her ready to go. And likely, depending on what happens with the rest of my roster, she will end up being very high potential to be my first lady 6-star that I take with tokens. And probably my first tech. I just like what she brings to the table. And like I said, if you have Santa, you can get to 750%. If you don't have Santa, you can still get to 600% with this stuff. So really, really solid, right? I think a great choice for a lot of people, someone a lot of people have. And I think that's the big part. We talked about the metals and stuff. I don't think there's really too much else to go over. So I think I'll call that a video on Becky here. Other than just to say, I think she's a really good choice, like I said, because she gets better. A lot of 6-star moves, they not really going to improve the poster itself. Maybe it gives them more hit points. They hit a little bit harder, but maybe they don't really need it, or it's not game changing for them. It's definitely game changing for Becky. It turns her from being really not that useful into being like super, super good. So hopefully you enjoy this video. I hope it helps you. If you want to see more of these kind of reviews without testing them, I know I did the Ko-fi one. A lot of people like that. Hopefully a lot of people like this. Let me know in the comments if there's certain people you want to see it on. I can try and do that too. But I actually am enjoying these and kind of digging into some of the 6-stars. I have potentially quite a few others I wouldn't mind going over. Some of them will be just theory. I do know Becky is good from friends that have taken her up, and you can just easily see the numbers, right? So yeah, let me know what you think. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, as that helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching and good luck out there.